Good afternoon. It's Friday, September 28th. The guy to my left, Caleb McCaig, and I am Travion Davis. This is the topic of discussion where we bring you our opinions on the latest sports topic. First up, I know that everybody is just ecstatic about this because I know I am. The NFL reaches an agreement with the refs, the official refs. They refed their first game last night. How does that make you feel, man? I know it just has to make you feel.
Man, it makes me feel even better that the NFL gets embarrassed by having to sign this deal the same week that the Immaculate Reception occurred. Like,
Part 2.
Yeah.
Part 2.
And I know since that play on Monday night, they had to get it done, but I guarantee you the NFL did not want to get it done as soon as possible because this makes them look as bad as possible. It shows that they made a mistake.
Yeah, and what I want to know about all this is what took so freaking long. I believe there was some type of conspiracy theory because they said that it was going to be by week 5.
Yeah.
That everything was going to be sorted out. Okay. You just put yourself out there saying that, hey, we could have did it faster. All we needed is enough complaints, and that's exactly what happened. You're going to wait until basically the entire United States of America slanders you left and right, and then you want to make a deal? You could have did that 2 weeks ago easily, went the first week. Like, come on, y'all have to do better on this. Roger Goodell, you're not looking good. If I find Paul Tagliabue's number, you're in trouble. Just going to let you know that right now.
Man, to be completely honest, I think Roger Goodell, since he has become the commissioner, has completely turned this league upside down.
Oh, yeah.
I think the changes he has made has been terrible for the game. First, I mean, do not get me wrong. I'm all for the player safety, but he has turned the NFL almost into a football league. And then now all this referee business. I know he's for the owners because they're the ones who pay his contract, but I feel like he's just totally has nothing for the players. I feel like he doesn't care about them whatsoever.
Oh yeah. And I mean, come on. This is a multi-billion-dollar industry. You I mean, like, that just really made me mad. You proven that y'all could have done this a long time ago, but no. You wait till the Immaculate Reception Junior comes around for you guys to make a big change. Like, NFL, we have to do better. We have to, plain and simple. We just have to.
It only would have costed each team an extra $100,000 a year if
y'all make that in jersey sales.
Yeah,
they make them in jersey sales
in one game.
Yeah,
and that is to give the refs exactly what they wanted. You can't tell me each team does not have just an extra $100,000 laying around in their couch.
Yeah,
like, are you kidding me?
Sitting on it. But we're gonna leave that for another day. We're just happy that the regular officiating crew is back, so now we can expect some great games.
Thank you.
All right, next up, the NBA is finalizing rules for fines. They're fining people for flops. How do you feel about that one?
Man, I used to not really care. I used to kind of think, whenever it would happen, like, it used to not happen that often. But since Kevin Durant and Westbrook and Dwayne Wade and LeBron have come into the league, I think I'm at a Broadway show every time I go to an NBA game. I mean, I'm telling you, LeBron is the king of flopping. I mean, don't get me wrong, he is an amazing basketball player, but I don't think that they should be fined for it. I think it should be more of like a personal foul. And obviously, you're not going to be able to tell every time if it is a flop. Right. But if, like, you can tell whenever it's, like, a significantly bad flop.
Right.
So, I mean, but fines, I think it's taking it one step too far.
Yeah. I'm with you right there about the fouls. I don't think they should be fined, per se. Flopping of fouls has been around as long as I can remember basketball.
Yeah.
Reggie Miller would do some things that make you be like, wow, he deserved an Oxford. But I don't think they should be fined. I think that it should at least be a tick because you're slowing down the pace of the game. You're slowing down the excitement. You're slowing down the action. It's not just for the players on the court. It's for the fans as well. You're slowing down our viewing experience. Get out of the ref's way and let them officiate. Get out of their face. They're not going to change their mind. We've been watching basketball. I've been watching basketball.
Just like a baseball call.
Yeah,
like
soccer too. Stop. Stop. You getting paid all this money. Be professional. It's a professional league. Do your part as a player. If you know you fouled, they're not going to change their mind. Get out their faces. This has been going on too long. It's just too much. Like, y'all look like little wimps out there, plain and simple. Plain and simple. LeBron, stop it. You're too big to be doing that. You can dunk on life itself. Stop that. Stop crying too much. Try to get another ring because, hey, it was already too long. It was already too long. Your boys, Florida State. Are they for real? Like, what's the deal? Number 4 in the nation. What's up?
Okay, this might surprise you. I don't think that they are for real.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
I do not think it. Okay, look. Everyone coming into the Clemson game. Everyone was talking about, Florida State's defense, number 1 in the nation. Okay, let's look at your schedule, Florida State. Murray State. Like, where even is that? Wake Forest, they've been,
That's
relevant
a basketball school, man.
maybe once in the last decade in football.
That's a basketball school.
Yeah, and then Savannah State, the team that Oklahoma State beat 84-0. You're calling that a grade A defense? A high school team could have done the exact same.
Yeah.
And then, okay, you're playing Clemson, ranked number 10. Okay, Clemson is a good team, but West Virginia hung 70 on them last year in the Orange Bowl. If you're a good team, you don't get hung 70 on.
Right.
And number 3, you play in the ACC.
Yeah.
I mean, and like, who else are they going to play this year? I know Florida State plays Florida in the last game of the year, but they play nobody for the rest of the year. Nobody else is ranked.
It's the ACC. The ACC hasn't really just produced a big powerhouse name that I could remember since, Miami? And that was way back
That was like in 02.
01, 02, or something like that. I'm right there with you. I just don't think Florida State is going to, go to the promised land and win the national championship every day.
They've even won the ACC since 2005.
So they do it every year. Like,
they're always ranked so high.
Yeah, every guy, or every sports enthusiast that plays NCAA, you always see that year in and year out, Florida State has just an awesome team, but it doesn't transfer over to real life. They have all these athletes that have the talent. It's just that I'm guessing strength of schedule, maybe it's the conference they're in. They can't cut it. They did just like Florida did. I mean, not Florida, excuse me. Georgia did back in what is that, 08, 09 when they had No Sean Marino's back. They were preseason number 1. They had these big standards. I just see them falling off towards the end of the season.
And I mean, this is to show how bad that conference is as a whole. They have played in 15 BCS games, the ACC has. Their record is 2-13. 2-13.
Can't cut it.
Like,
can't cut it.
You're playing against the Big East in your BCS game, and you've only won 2. Like,
I can't explain it. It's Florida
mind blowing.
Florida State. Hey.
Okay.
Prove us wrong, please.
Please.
Wrong. Just prove us wrong. That's all we're asking for.
Okay. On the next thing, this weekend, the Tarleton Texans will be taking on West Texas A&M. I mean, Tarleton's what now? 3-1 or 2-1?
They're 2-1.
They're 2-1. What do you think is going to happen this week, man?
This game right here, in my opinion, is going to tell us a lot about our football team.
So it's a statement game.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely a statement game because if they win this, they easily have the ability to win conference. West Texas by far will be their biggest challenge, this week. It's going to be an exciting game, number one, off top because of how they responded last week. with the victory over Eastern New Mexico, how they should have won against ACU, but they came back. They came back against adversity, and hey, they bounced back. But this game right here versus West Texas, like I said, if they beat them, conference is in their hands. A definite trip to the playoffs, and hopefully, just hopefully, they'll win a national championship because once again, it's a very talented team this year. It looks completely different from last year. The standards that I have for them are just so high, and the expectations now are just so high. You know, it's just it would shock me if they lost bad. If they lose, I think they're gonna win. But if they lost bad, it would really,
man,
really
he's been lighting it up.
Oh yeah, it would really shock me because this team is so freaking good, dude. Like it's crazy. I hope you guys pull it out. Please pull it out the victory. You guys don't know how ecstatic this entire community will be if y'all beat West Texas. It's been a while since we beat West Texas.
Man, we won't even go to school on Monday.
So please beat West Texas. I have full faith in you. Please beat West Texas. But quick rundown of NFL games.
Okay, guys.
First one up. Tell them about it.
Sunday, San Francisco 49ers and the New York Jets. Mm-hmm. Who do you got on this one, Trey?
I have to roll with the 49ers simply because they didn't take Minnesota serious last week and they got beat. And that's what happens when you underestimate your opponent. You never do that. The New York Jets just aren't a pushover.
No Revis.
Yeah, no Revis. But, I mean, they still probably can get it done simply because it's the Jets and the way they play is just – they would win a random game. I call them the Seahawks of the AFC because they're liable to beat you on any day. But I have San Francisco. I'm probably going to say,
I think
31 to I say 14. It's going to be they're going to beat them. They're going to beat the brakes off of them.
I definitely think the 49ers are going to come out there and I think that they're pretty pissed off.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't tell me Navarro Bowman and that whole defense, Patrick Willis. Oh yeah. Man, they're going to come out charging. I don't think Sanchez is not going to have a chance. I'm going to say 28-7.
Okay, so we both on the same side there. This one right here, New Orleans versus Green Bay. What do you think? Who you taking?
Well, Green Bay is what? They're 1-2 now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. Green Bay is
should be 2-1, but we're just gonna let that ride. Just gonna say that
Green Bay is a 1-2 team.
Mm-hmm.
I will admit they have not been playing like I thought that they would be. They have terrible offensive line so far. Rodgers has not looked that sharp. He hasn't looked terrible, but he hasn't looked near as sharp.
Like especially as he did.
And then, but they're playing the Saints, the 0-3 Saints.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might have to go with. The Packers dropping to 1-4 or to 1-3.
Yeah,
I just don't think Breeze is going to let this team go to 0-4.
I have to disagree because of what happened last week with
Rodgers is pissed.
Yeah, like it has to be a redemption game. Answer the bell, Green Bay. Answer the bell, and I think that's what they're going to do. It's New Orleans Saints. Don't get me wrong, the Saints do have the intangibles to beat Green Bay.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Green Bay has a very, very bitter taste in their mouth from what happened with the
Clay Matthews is hungry, man.
That's the only time in my life I've ever seen an interception thrown for a touchdown. So I got Green Bay over New Orleans. I'll say 27-24. What do you think?
I'm going to say New Orleans 31, Green Bay 28.
It's gonna
last second field goal.
That'll happen if Aaron Rodgers gets sacked 8 times in the first half.
Yeah,
we're gonna say that. New York Giants, Philadelphia Eagles.
Sunday night prime time.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be a hell of a game. This is going to be a good game.
Mm-hmm.
I know I've been riding the Eli bandwagon all year, but I think Michael Vick is going to pull it together this week finally, and I think that the Eagles are. I think it's going to be a high scorer. I think it's going to be 45 to 35 Eagles.
Okay. I'm going to roll with the Giants. I mean, hey, Eli is a hot jalapeno popper. I mean, he's lighting it up, dude. He has that Victor Cruz. You can't count him out. The new running back, I don't forget.
Bradshaw's back.
Oh, okay,
right?
So he is back. Because I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah,
but
Bradshaw's
I mean,
back.
hey, you still had that backfield that's cutting it up. So defense, you better come with it. Philly, hey, you got DRC, you better come with it. Namdi, hey, you come with it because Eli's not playing with you boys. He's about to light the scoreboard up. So I'm gonna say I got the Giants. I'll say 38-21.
I mean, and the way that I see it in the NFL, though, I mean, how many guys with hyphenated names do the Giants have? None that I know of. I know the Eagles got Rogers Cromartie. Yeah. So I mean, I got to give them the win, man.
I just honestly, I just don't trust Philly. Like
they have not been playing good so far.
You can't win 2 games. 1 point apiece with 9 turnovers.
When it's the Browns, too.
Yeah, that doesn't sit well with me. I can't ride it. So, for the last rundown of the day, the Dallas Cowboys
Monday
and the Chicago Bears. Who are you taking in this one?
Man, Monday night I gotta take the Cowboys. Okay. Jay Cutler has looked like a rental car all year. He hasn't been able to do a thing. He's averaging like two picks a game, like probably half of what Michael Vick is. But I mean, still, Cutler's offensive line has been terrible all year. I'm not sure if Forte is playing this week. I know he was questionable, but I think the Cowboys are going to take it home. I think Tony Romo and this offense are finally going to have their break-up game. Even though the Bears have a tough D, I think Des Bryant is going to have his first big game of the year. And I'm going to say that the Cowboys win 21-14.
Okay. Everybody knows, I'm not a Cowboys fan at all, but I'm going to ride with him in this one. I'm going to say the Cowboys win. That offense has the weapons. Like, oh my goodness, they have the weapons to win the Super Bowl. I don't like to say this, but the Cowboys have weapons on so many sides of the ball. Their defense is just, they're playing. They're balling. Point blank period. D-Ware, balling. Morris Claiborne, balling. Brandon Carr, balling. Sean Lee, I mean, these guys can go so far, but they have to beat Chicago this week, and I'm going to say that they're going to beat Chicago. I'll say 34-31.
All right. Okay.
Well, that's it for this Friday. Thank you for tuning in, I should say, to Topic of Discussion. Caleb McKay, Travion Davis, and we're out of here.